Hello everyone, odedex here, welcome to episode 32 of my Season 2 Let's Play. In my previous episode I've been starting to create my industrial craft room, and while doing so I'm planning to continue doing it this episode, but first I want to solve the problem that I have here, where the relay refuses, basically the redstone tubing refuses to get the extra saplings into this slot of the arboretum. It simply places everything in here. So, as you can see, I brought myself some spare saplings, and I think the way I'm going to solve it is with iron golems. Oh, is it iron golems? No, I think what I need are clay golems? I actually don't know. Let's see, which golems do I need? I think I want this golem, the clay golem. Clay golem worker. Like stone golems, they draw from... Okay, it can be commanded to keep the exact number we specify or as many as it can fit in the container. Okay, that's the one I need. Let's go for... Yeah, let's just go for the basic one. There is no much need for anything else. And before doing that, actually, somebody told me that if I move my crafting table near these jars, it could basically draw the aspects from the jars themselves. So this is something I'd like to try. Let's see if it actually works. Oh, I think that's how I lost my stuff the previous time. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so why did I lose my stuff the previous time? Anyway, let me clear my inventory first, so be right back. Alright, so I got everything I need, but I think since I'm going to move the table here, I'm gonna place it roughly here. I think that should be able, if it indeed works, this should be able to draw from all the jars. Does it recognize anything yet? Okay, probably going to need to place a recipe. But I think I'm also going, yeah, I'm gonna have to move this one as well to be able to craft new things that I don't really already have. So I will need another wand. And break this guy. Get rid of the water bucket. And get in this bucket. Okay. I do lack some light here now, because the lava was giving off some light. Alright, so let's fix this. Probably, yeah, I'm gonna need to take care of that as well. Okay, so I'm gonna have if I'd like to extend my jars at some point, okay, I'm gonna have my cauldron here. So the lava bucket and the crucible and the 3 alembics and this guy. Now also going to need to move this water source. Oh, you can still do it, yeah, but it's quite far away. Yeah, I'm gonna move it. Okay, so move the water source here, and this guy is able to fill stuff up, like he just did. Alright, so let's try creating the golem. I'm gonna need a clay golem, so I'm gonna need... let's go for a normal animation core. I think... Okay, you know what? I want to actively test if the jars actually work. So I'm going to manually get this aspects in the stuff around here. Why is it going crazy? Okay. I'm going to need some fields, glass files. So 1, 2, and this should be, yeah, it should be left full because I have nothing to go, nothing for it to go. Okay, so corpus I don't have yet, and Victus I don't have yet as well. Okay, so now if it works, this should be able to draw from the jar, and it does. Nice, this is awesome. This is perfect. I just would like to get some way to automate the aspects into the jars, and this will probably be the perfect solution. Okay, so I'm going to need some animus as well, so I'm going to need some soul sand, 8. And I can craft the clay golem. And let's also ground. Do I have it already? No, that's something else. Okay, fire I cannot empty, and the shackles I can empty as well. I think if I place another one of those tello workers, it might work. Because this guy right now refuses to do anything else except for filling it up, and they can't be intelligent ones. I may be able to go for a strong one, with a strength core. Then he might be able to hold more tools and do it. I don't know. Anyway, let's see if I can get the clay golem worker thingy to work. Just make sure there are no creepers around. Okay, these guys are relatively far. Yeah, okay. So, I'm placing the... Oh, I'm going to need probably another marker. Yep. Okay, so I got the spare white marker that I still have had from previous time. So, let me place the white marker like this. And right click with the clay golem on this. I don't know if I need the top or the side. I think I need the top. Let's go for the top slot. Alright. What do you want me to keep in this container master? Any amount of rubber tree, and take it from any color near a marker. Yep, it works. Nice. I would like to actually manually test it again. If I break this, will it? Yeah, okay, so it gives me back the saplings. Again, let's make sure it works. Right now there is one rubber tree sapling inside. If any saplings travel through this tube and land in here, this guy should start extracting them. But he doesn't. Okay, what's wrong? Okay, go for only color white, does it matter? I think I may have needed the stone golem. Yep, I probably have needed him instead of this one. Because the stone golem will actively move stuff around, and this one will passively request stuff around, I think. So it would make more sense. Let me check. Yep, I probably needed a stone golem worker. They will, if they are assigned to, and move it to another inventory. This is the one that I need. I'm going to need some stone bricks. I should have some, yep, 5. And I'm gonna keep the clay golem for another task sometime in the future. Probably gonna need it eventually anyway. So I can store him for now. And let's go for the intelligent core. Nah, no need. Let me just create some more normal cores. Don't really want to spend things that I don't need. Just need bricks and night ore. I do have night ore and I do have bricks. Okay, so I'm gonna need a lot of rubber. Good thing I started looking into rubber because I'm using it, and it's a very useful thing in Thaumcraft. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can create one. I need to manually create each one, I think. Yep. Okay, let's just create these two, and let's go for a normal golem. Going to need Victus and Animus. So 2 stakes. Wait, do I have anything spare that I can remove? Okay. So 2 stakes and some soul sand. Alright, so stone golem. And let me empty out those alembics. Alright, so let's see if the stone golem is the guy that I need. So right now, for some reason they have different damage values. Oh, maybe this is why it didn't work. Okay, doing the shift right click trick works. Maybe this is why it didn't work. Well, anyway, I've already brought this guy, so let's try with this. So I'm gonna have the red marker. I'm going to do this. Okay, let's try like this. So I'm gonna need to place him, I think, on this chest. Okay, so he's doing stuff. Oh, no, I need just to move this. Master, should I move everything from this container or something specific? Something specific. And yep, he's moving things, but he's doing it to the side. Probably need him to move to the top. Does it work like this? Yep, it works. Just need to go around here. Let's again actively make sure that it works. Yep, perfect. Just need to reroute the tubes and this should be working perfectly. Okay, so rerouted the tubes. So anything comes out of here will simply go to the top. And actually now this doesn't make any sense at all, but I have to do it like this because both of the outputs go into the same chest and then filter it out. But there's pretty much another solution because the logger will always output blocks from the side and the saplings from the top, so there is no other solution. It's gonna have to look this ugly. Or actually, you know what? Maybe it wouldn't. If I do something like this, now I can basically conserve some tubes and it doesn't look as ugly. So anything comes from the top, get pushed to this relay, and anything comes from the top or the logger itself, get placed in the ender chest. So yeah, I could have used pipes as well, by the way, for that solution, but anyway, it works. You know what, since I'm already messing around with Thumbcraft, I want to try adding another tallow golem to these alembics. Let's see if it works. Let me create another one of these guys. Gonna need 1 basic animation core and 5 tallow. And I want to see if it works. I have nothing to lose except for some tallow and some animation core, but I don't really care that much about it. So 8 soul sand. And 2 sticks. Okay, so got my tallow worker. If I right click on the alembic, let's say, okay, so this one already has something with it. So right click on this. I shall gather the essences from the alembic for you, master. I only need the files or a place to get them. Okay. Let's get another marker. How do I create a marker? I forgot. Okay, just 4 wood and piece of wool. Okay, so I got my wood and my wool. Let's see if it works just the way I would expect it to. Let's place the white marker here. Okay, so he knows how to get files. Got some files. And he's emptying stuff into... Okay, he's emptying all the alembics, it seems. Oh, but he places them here. Well, not bad. If he would be able to like empty them here, that would be perfect. And I think, or maybe do I have? Yeah, I do have these two essences already. I have this one, oh no, this and this. Well, I already have jars for them. I shall gather the essences from the alembic for you. I only need files or a place to get them. Well, this is close to perfect. If you would be able to empty them into the jars, I think that would have been amazing. Like, if you get to this point in Thumbcraft where you have the table and all the jars, and every time you want to craft something, either you have the aspects that you need or you actively need to add them, this will be perfect. But I think that may be a little bit too much to ask for. So yeah, I'm not disappointed. Maybe it was a little bit too hopeful. But yeah, I'm very happy with the result. This is great. And I like the fact that this one knows how to deal with everything. I don't need like 3 golems, one for each alembic. This is great. And just came up to see that both my dirt barrel and both of my cobblestone barrels are full. And they're starting to fill up here, and this one will be full very, very soon. I need to find a solution for this very quickly, and I'm probably gonna go for a recycler. Yep, this is actually, you know what, that's the first thing I'm gonna build. Let's go for a recycler. I would like to get an array of every type of machine here, but let's go for recycler first, and I'm gonna have the recycler in the end of this line here. I'm gonna need a lot of copper cable links for this. Not copper, gold cables. But actually what I want to go for is the recycler. What am I doing? Now, what type of power does the recycler accept? Okay, so the recycler accepts, according to the wiki, lower voltage. And I don't recall whether or not the recycler can have upgrades applied to it. I'm going to need to check it out. But anyway, let's just build it first. I'm going to need a compressor first, so electronic circuit. Okay, so I'm going to need a lot of copper cabling. I'm pretty sure I don't have enough, so it will be a good time to start crafting some more, and back to the same problem where I barely have any copper available. Yep, quite unlucky with copper, no doubt, but this should be enough. Let's also get the redstone. Okay, so my stone barrel is already full, and this one is starting to get filled up with stone. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna need to act quite fast before this entire thing clogs my system. I have a feeling it's gonna happen anyway, but yeah. Let's create a bunch of these guys. Let's go for 3. Okay, I'm gonna need a machine block, and I'm gonna need smooth stone. So I have my compressor. Actually, I would like to get another compressor, like just for the sake of having an actual compressor, because they are useful. So let's see, machine block. Okay, so I can have 2 compressors, one for the actual compressor, and I'm going to need dirt and glowstone. Out of glowstone apparently. Okay, so I have my recycler. I will need a transformer upgrades, and I'm actually gonna need a bunch of transformer upgrades, but let's get started with just one, because that's what I need right now. So MV transformer, I'm gonna need a machine block first, and this thing, and more insulated cable, glass, and electronic circuit. Good thing I created this spare electronic circuit. What am I short on? Got my MV transformer, this. Oh, I forgot glass. Alright. So we got my recycler and my transformer upgrade. I'm gonna place it. I'd like to have some way of automating this. So I may need some more room. So actually not place it in the corner. Let's see. Let's place it here. So transformer upgrade. Let's wire it up so it doesn't explode. Hopefully. Yep, didn't explode, and it's getting power. And I can start throwing stuff inside. Let's just first get rid of some of the cobblestone that's clogging up my system. Yep, this is the result. It's worse than you might think. I'm definitely going to need an overclocker upgrade as well. Yep, a lot of overclocker upgrades. For this, I'm going to need coolant cells, which is any type of water and tin. Well, first let me automate this. I'm going to need another white ender chest. Should have one last, yeah, that's the green chest, which I still, never mind. I'll have a use for it. Okay, so this thing, I'm going to need to recolor it to white, which is bone meal. And I'm going to need a filter. Let's see, filter. Could actually get a hopper. It should have some spare. Okay, so I have my hopper. Yeah, I'm getting clogged with this junk. Okay, so filter, hopper, and bone meal. And I will need a timer. Do I have a spare one? Nope. Should be able to craft though. Okay, so I'm going to actually have it suspended in the air. I should have recolored it first. So white. And there's just sure break slowly. Okay, so here, and the filter, we'll need to rotate it so it's coming from this, and the hopper, and replace a piece of glass with cobblestone. I don't know if I have enough cobblestone to afford it. Should be fine though. Okay, so cobblestone here. And this one will filter out either cobblestone or dirt. And do it every half a second. Why does it start with... Okay, let's go for half stacks. This will make more sense. Okay, so it got filled up early because I didn't have anything for a second. Okay, let's get over the night. Okay, so I'm actually temporarily going to shut down my quarries. They're gonna start overmining just in very soon. So I'm going to change my output to 0. This way I could actually continue generating some energy while not making them work. Yep, I do have those relays as a quick, very small buffer, but yeah, these two don't have a relay, so they don't have the buffer. Okay, so I got this thing slowly recycling into scrap. I will need to take it out somehow. I'm thinking about having another filter from the side into a chest. But first I'm going to need an overclocker upgrade, and a bunch of them. What do I need for an overclocker upgrade? Coolant cells. So a lot of tin and a lot of water containers. So let's get that. Okay, so I do have tin so far. You can actually use the tin itself to create it. So let's get 32 water cells. Seems fine. Alright, so I got my coolant cells and it should be relatively simple. Yep. Oh! Yeah. I love it when it happens. Can I get rid of them quickly? Can get rid of at least 3. Okay, so 1 overclocker upgrades, that's something. Well, better than nothing. Okay, so the entire trick of what I did here is rather simple. The sorting machine will only take out full stacks of cobblestone or dirt, but this filter will take out half stacks, meaning that this will be the first priority because you always get half a stack before you get a full stack, obviously. So this one will always pull first unless it has nowhere to go. So when it has nowhere to go, then my sorting machine can work. And now this is assuming that I have an actual steady room of things to go to. Right now I have an surplus in my ender chest, and obviously this one has all the things it can take, and the sorting machine has nowhere to take to. So yeah, obviously this is the case, but assuming there are like a steady stream of items moving around, the filter will always be the first priority, where the sorting machine will be the second priority. So this is the entire thinking process here. Now I'm going to need obviously more overclockers, meaning more copper cables, meaning more copper, which I do not have. I'm considering going with Thaumcraft transmutation to get more copper. Yep, pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I got a lot of iron ingots and a lot of melons, because iron is the pure metallum and melons are pure food. I don't know what it's called, the apple symbol. So that's pretty nice. Now I need every 3 metallum is one food, so exactly let's go for 3 stacks. And I probably don't have, I don't have enough, yeah, slightly overdid it, wasn't thinking about it. Let's get more melons. Okay, so I really like the fact that this little guy keeps collecting. Actually, you know what? Better use it instead of. Okay, so for each 3 metallum, I need 1 food. So let's go for 21 and 7 this. So I get some copper. Yeah, it's gonna be a slow process. I'll be right back. Alright, so I created a bunch of nuggets. I could turn them back into copper. It would have been nicer if I had the super wand, the one that requires the nether star from the wither. But I doubt I can kill him. I can get the resources to kill him. I just need soul sand and the skull, the wither skull, which should still have 1. There we go, but I do need more, obviously. Which apparently also have the evil symbol. Good to know. Yeah, but it'll destroy me if I try. Okay, so 21 of these should give me, yeah, quite a nice amount of copper cabling. So I can get more electronic circuits. Alright, so I got some of these guys. Let's see. Also I need 2 copper cables for each overclocker, so let's go with 4. And I'm going to need the nuggets, not nuggets, but the coolant cells back. Okay, so I can probably create one and one more. So 2 overclocker upgrades. But now the problem is that this one is actually full. So I would like to actually get a mass fabricator. Can I create one right now? A mass fabricator requires a lapotron crystal, which is essentially a diamond. And 2 of these guys. Yeah, I'm going to need a compressor first. I did have a compressor, yep. So let's start placing down machinery that I'm going to need. I'm going to need a compressor. Yeah, I'm going to take it out and create another transformer upgrade for it. Let's see, do I have the materials for another transformers? I should. Okay, so I got my transformer upgrade, and as you've seen, I've actually taken out the cable here on purpose. Because if I'm placing down the compressor without, and basically the transformer upgrade is simply going to explode. Now it doesn't explode, so I'm placing the upgrade first. And now I can rewire it back, so it wouldn't explode. This is important. If you don't do it, things are going to explode. Okay, so for the mass fabricator, I need advanced alloy, which is you compress from mixed metal ingots, which is refined iron, bronze, and tin. How many do I have? Should have some bronze. I remember creating, yeah, I created even too much bronze. Why do I have gold in here? And iron and tin. What's it's all doing here? Okay, so bronze, refined iron, and tin. How much can I actually make? Okay, I wouldn't want to expand all my things on it. Let's go for 6 of those. And I'm also going to need a carbon plate, which is compressing. Oh yeah, I'm going to need. Should I still have some coal dust actually? Yep. For when I created my solar panels. Good thing I didn't use all of it. Okay, so just place them like so. And like so. So I have a spare of each type of material. So let's start compressing. Actually going to move my overclocker upgrade quickly here because it doesn't do anything there right now. Start compressing. Okay, so just noticed that the length of the video has been quite long. So yeah, this power creation system with my geothermals has been awesome so far. Once I be able to get fiber cables here instead of the golden cables, it will be great. But until then, it's gonna have to suffice. But it does a very good job so far. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with it for the time being. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.